because you're not. If you're drunk, if you're drinking, because I used to drink, if your facilities are not all there,
they're not.
So technically, you're not attentive as you should be.
You're right.
So I'm only, and I'm telling you what's right. They didn't tell you what's right, but I'm gonna tell you what's right.
You is telling me what's right. I can admit that.
Yeah, when you that should be your there's. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with drinking, but it should be done at home. When you come to the altar, you should be sober and you should have a ready mindset to hear.
I was only gonna say one thing, ask you one question, and I was intending to step off. But even though in the midst of me doing this, I was still compelled to walk over to you.
Well, guess what? But here's the thing: you are still an Israelite. But at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you the truth, whether you hear it for bear.
Cool.
And that wine is a mocker.
I'm cool with that.
It's not wise for you to come up here inebriated like that. If you see me again in a sober mind, my name is Watazak. I see you got your fringes on too, bro.
I have. I wear my fringes. I don't wear them all the time, even though it's saying, you're supposed to look upon them so that you don't go out on war. It should be a remembrance. But we do it anyway. I know I do. I'm gonna speak for myself.
Yeah, I'm not trying to.
I know you're not trying.
I'm not trying to play you or none of that.
Listen, you spoke well. You said everything you were supposed to say. You checked me. I could deal with that. I'm not mad.
Because at the end of the day, brother, I love this truth, and I love Israel. So we should be telling each other what's right or what's wrong. And that goes for me. I get checked too. I get rebuked.
But I just couldn't.
Like I said, it ain't about me. I'm nothing.
Because I know what I'm dealing with. But I seen you out here by yourself. Mm-hmm. The brothers I see street preaching, and I be like intrigued, like it kind of come off like they just. And I just wanted to ask you, what's going. I couldn't just walk past.
I hear you, brother. But when you like that, when you inebriated, sometimes you could just give a shalom,
right?
And that's it. Because this word got to go out. That's more important than me and you.
Right.
This knowledge. You know what I mean? And that's all the point that I make. We gotta bring more people in as we can before. But he brings them in. But ultimately, this word got to be preached, and it can't be stopped.
Shalom.
Shalom, brother. Be safe. And hey, this truth will leave you. Spirit is like the wind. I had my mind set on certain things that I want to speak about concerning being a watchman and watching. And I think it's funny because I didn't even have it in my mind to come down here. Spirit moved me to come down here. All right, and maybe just for this particular purpose. All right, in which he pretty much said that they let him come to camp drunk, out here on the highways and hedges, and they don't say nothing, man. All right. But if that was me, I would want somebody to say something, whether I like it or not. If I was Shalom says, but you I don't know. It upsetted me more, but the more important thing is that, hey, I pray that that brother, I pray that he get his mind right, that demon get off of him, man. All right. I pray that demon is purged from him. Because that's what we're looking for. We got a lot of our people that's just misguided. You got people that's wicked, but then you got people that's misguided. And he had his fringes on. He had him under the jacket. I didn't even notice it until he stood right here. That's what you want. You want, me personally, I want the best for my people, mainly, which is the elect. All right. Who knows? He could be not. But to bounce around from camp to camp like that is confusion. And the Lord put a spirit on his mind to do that, man, to block him and put a stumbling block in front of him. But if he wants to get hey, if he wants to get right, man, then certain things in all of our lives, all right, we have to put away, man. All right. And I speak for myself as well, man. Certain demons we have to fight against. And when you read Matthew, the fourth chapter, Yahweh Shai gives you a boxing match, basically, man, of him sparring with some, with some spirits, man. All right. And what did he do? He rebuked them spirits with the scriptures. And that's for all of us, man. Basically, not to lean on our own understanding. I'm still learning. And that's something that I have to, even with me, keep these scriptures in my mind all the time, man. Because 1 Peter 5:8 pretty much says Satan roams about as a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour, man. All right? He goes around as a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. Be safe, brother. Going about as a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour, man. Matter of fact, let's go there real quick. Because that's what this faith is all about, man. Fighting this good fight of faith, man. And we all are struggling here, man. All right? I wasn't trying to be like real, I was just moved in the spirit, but I wasn't trying to be real harsh on that brother. But yeah, the brother is even in his truth, man. This you have to be grounded as much as you can, man, and lean on the Heavenly Father and His Son, and stand in His faith. Matter of fact, before I go there, let's do this. No, let's go here. This is 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, is a roaring lion walking about, seeking whom he may devour. Right. And I don't know what deeply, because he came up here, I don't know what the deeper things that plagued his mind. I don't know. Only that's between him and Yahweh Shai. But the enemy, he plays on a lot of our minds, and my week has been just like that. It's been some strange things happening, but everything is spiritual, man. That's what I'm beginning to know. Everything is spiritual. Nothing happens for a reason, or there's no coincidence. All right. Just as a matter of fact, just before I even came down here, I was getting into an argument with somebody. All right. Scriptures say, "Be angry and sin not." And I felt really, for me, to come down to this altar, man, and preach. All right, the Most High, He controls all. He man's goings of the Adonai. How can he know his way, man? All right, so every man's going is of the Heavenly Father and His Son. This is verse 9. Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. So we're all struggling with a lot of the same issues, man. And I understand what he's saying. You want all the camps to come together, all right? Because there's more power and unity. But until we believe the same thing, we cannot come together. And the only way that that's going to happen is when Yahweh Shai returns, which He is going to get all that glory. All right, He's going to set things right in our minds, so that we can move on one accord. But for now, there is no such thing as no unity camp. All right. Just like you just said, they didn't rebuke them demons off of you. All right, when he was where he was at, where he camped at. But we're all struggling with the same things. What are we supposed to do? All right. What else are we supposed to do when we fighting demons and things like that? This is Ephesians 6:11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And that's what we're wrestling against. Ideologies of our current rulers. All right, that's forced upon us, man. Spiritual wickedness in high places. But what do? We put on the whole armor of this truth, man, which is light. All right, and no matter what, we stick to it. Because this is what this is. This is a spiritual war more than anything. And so what do we do? We arm ourselves with spiritual weapons, man. And we go to battle, man. Verse 13, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on a breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. And that's right, I was saying that pursuant to Matthew chapter 4, man. The fiery darts of the wicked, man. Being seduced into things that's harmful for us. Whether it's through education, whether it's through the entertainment world, whether it's through your family members, whether it's through your job. Constantly being seduced and pulled into things that's harmful for us. That may seem on the outside, that may seem like it's good for us. Put it in a box, put it hung up there, all pretty and spectacular, but at the end of those things is death, man. All right, but we had this word, man, to fight back against those ideologies. And soon the workers of iniquity is going to be taken out of the way, man. Where we won't have to suffer like this no more. We won't have to go through these things like this no more. Because what man don't want peace, man? All right? What man don't want peace and safety? What man don't want peace and safety for his family? But you're not going to find that here in Babylon the Great. Here all the ideologies attack your mind, man. Everything attacks your mind because it starts in your mind first. The mind first, and the body follows. But we are to protect that mind through the scriptures. And constantly wage a war against this place and the ideologies of it. This is Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 20. My son, attend to my words, incline thy ear to my sayings. Let them not depart from thy eyes, and keep them in the midst of thy heart. And the heart in the scriptures is considered the mind. Keep them in the midst of your mind. Like I said, pursuing back to Matthew chapter 4, when the Lord had to fight against them spirits, what he did, he brung out scriptures. He countered them demons with scriptures because them demons was trying to fill his mind. Verse 22, for they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Keep your mind with all diligence. Because this devil is walking around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. So we're to guard our minds through these scriptures. Because that's all it takes, man, is a quick situation based off your emotions, and then you further descend into something that you wish you would have never been in. That's why the scriptures clearly says, renew your mind. Renew your mind daily, man, because this is a daily fight. Like the Lord's Prayer says, give me this day of my daily bread. Give me what I need to get through this day. Because the days are evil, man. Anything can happen at any day, man. That's why prayer is important.
Oh, you did.
I really
believing, having faith, and putting these scriptures in your mind. Verse 24, put away from thee a forward mouth and perverse lips put far from thee. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thy eyelids look straight before thee. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Turn not thy right hand nor to the left, and remove thy foot from evil. And that's what these scriptures do. They help remove your foot from evil, help you going down, help you basically keeps you from going down the wrong path. Because your enemy wants to make merchandise of you. Or he benefits off your destruction, man. So we're to guard our minds, and we're to guard our minds with all diligence. And if you look up that word in the Hebrew, it basically means being a warden, blocking out all these evil thoughts, man, that come into your mind. Look at all this wickedness in this hip hop music, man. And look at what it's doing to this generation, man, and how they moving, or the entertainment, or the educational world. Because if this particular society, if this place cared about you, they would do things for your benefit, and we wouldn't be in a lower state right now, on the bottom under these weak nations. The game can't be played unless you play it, point blank. But as long as you play this game with these people, hey, they're benefiting off it. They're benefiting off the death of your children, the destruction of your people. They're benefiting off of that. Which is why when he returns, man, he's going to set everything right, man. And we yearn for that. We yearn for him. We can't wait for his return. So you to guard your heart, man, guard your mind from all these evil things. And I just don't speak to everybody. I speak to myself as well, including me. Mainly me first. And that's love right there, man. Telling the truth. Whether people want to hear it or not. What was I supposed to do? Not tell that man the truth? Would you let your family member walk off a cliff without telling, or walk into a hole? No, you would tell them the truth, whether they liked it or not. This is James 4:7. Submit yourselves, therefore, to the Most High. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. So resist him, man. Resist him in your mind, and he'll flee from you. Because he is roaming around seeking, like a roaring lion, seeking who we may devour. So when them thoughts come into your mind, don't give in to them thoughts, man. And that could be anything, man. Even if somebody's troubling you. Scripture says, vengeance is mine, I will repay. So if somebody's troubling you, man, leave it up to him, man. But you walk that straight path. And keep your mind centered on him. Verse 8, draw nigh to the Most High, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners. Purify your hearts, ye double-minded. Be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to heaviness. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Adonai, and he shall lift you up. So he lifts us up. All right, not our own understanding. And that's why this word was put here. For us not to lean on our own understanding. Because there's snares laid in the way for everybody. There's traps laid in the way for everybody, man. But this word is a light that shines, man, and it exposes those snares. Psalms 119 and 110, the wicked have laid a snare for me, yet I erred not from thy precepts. And those things keep you. A snare ain't nothing but a trap. A very subtle one too, in which the wicked established in this earth to keep the poor, man, to keep people oppressed. But if you hang on to this word, if you trust in him and believe in him, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, if you believe in him, man, hey, he's going to protect you, man. He's going to defend you. Scripture say, strive for the truth unto death, and he shall fight for thee, man. But you got to fight, man. All right, you got to encourage yourself in him. You got to fight. Because this is a battle. Psalms 119 and 114, thou art my hiding place, my shield, I hope in thy word. So we keep our hope in this. He is a shield and a buckler. He is our protector. As long as we keep our trust in him. I'm going to slide over to 133. Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me. Right. We don't want iniquity. Yeah, the brother's right. We all in the flesh. We all suffering the same afflictions. We all are sinners. But ultimately, we don't want them sins to have dominion over us. All right? Where we're in bondage to those particular sins. But what do we want to be? We want to be slaves to Yahweh Shai, man. We want to be servants to him. Because he's at the end of the day, he's the only way, man. He's the only way. I'm gonna slide over to 165. Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. And he'll give you great peace, man. He'll pull them spirits off you where you won't be vexed. Even in the midst of a storm, man. He'll put great peace on you, man, that the world don't understand. This is a battle for your soul and your mind. This is Isaiah 26 and 3. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he is trusted in thee. And you have to trust in him, man. He'll give you that peace, man. To where nothing will offend you, man. He'll keep you going, man. He'll keep your spirit going. He'll strengthen you. He'll give you that might that you need, that edge that you need. He'll give you that victory. And you're going to need that going forward. You're going to need that in your spirit, man. Because things are going to get rougher out here, man. Fear of the Lord is everything, man. Matter of fact, let me slide over here. Then there was somewhere else I wanted to go. Then I'm going to close out. This is Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation, and fear of the Lord is treasure. It'll keep you stable, man. Stable-minded. Stability of thy times. And that's what you want, man. You want to be able to, you want your mind to be stable going forward. As things get worse and worse out here. This is a foundation to which it can't be destroyed, man. This is an ancient foundation. All right, they've tried to get rid of this word multiple times, man, but this word still prevails. And once all of this is done, hey, this word is still going to be here. His word endures forever, man. This ain't easy. Like I said, this was a crazy week for myself, man. Hearing certain things, you know, that normally take you really off your square. But like I said, everything here is vain. It's vanity. This is Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Adawan, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright. Constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And you know what I was thinking about pursuant to Matthew chapter 4? When Yahweh Shai dealt with those situations, as far as like he dealt with those things through the scriptures, it said he pretty much came out of that thing with power, man. He increased in the spirit because he dealt with his problems through the spirit. So the more that spirit was given to him. And that's what we want going forward in this so-called Jacob's trouble. We want to increase in the spirit. We want to increase in faith, man, to where we don't waver and don't break down. Verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. For gold is tried in a fire, and acceptable men in a furnace of adversity. Sitting here looking at Jake just fall out on the ground, man. Through. That goes to show you that this is a treasure that we have here. All right. This is pretty much a treasure. I'm gonna read this last verse, and then I'm gonna close out. But I pray that brother, I wasn't sure if he was telling the truth or not. But regardless, I seen his fringes on. But whatever's troubling his mind,